story's Path of Destinies is a fairytale RPG all about making choices and finding the truth.
The story is told through a book that can tell the future.
She didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again.
And it's all narrated by one man, voicing all the characters, for a bit of Bastion-style running commentary as you play.
Sometimes, Renata really hated inanimate objects.
Yes, it's a very Wind in the Willows cast of characters too, isn't it? You're the charming ex-pirate fox, Reynaldo, who has stumbled into the role of hero, and now it's up to him to stop evil Toad Emperor's plans.
And there's a fairly interesting twist on how this narrative is structured. Each run-through of the story will take a bit less than an hour, but no matter which choices you make, you're pretty much doomed to fail. And then it's back to the start of the book to try again. So it's a bit like a roguelike in that sense.
Yes, but with every failure, you'll learn one of the game's 24 endings, each of which will uncover one of the 4 truths, such as the true motivations of a character. And once you know all of the truths, you can finally make the right decisions and save the day. So at a minimum, to finish this game, you'll need to do at least 5 playthroughs.
Yeah, so it's kind of like an RPG take on Groundhog Day. I like that all the choices you make feel like they have real consequence.
That seemed tempting and terribly wrong.
And they don't just all railroad you back into one of a few different storylines. I did struggle a bit with this kind of storytelling though, Hex, because I didn't really connect with the story and I didn't care about the characters or their world quick enough, so I didn't want to explore this multiple times from multiple angles.
I felt that way a little bit on my first playthrough, but as I went through and started to experience things from different perspectives, I actually got quite invested in it. I mean, the actual plot is kind of rubbish, but this is all about the characters, and I found them really charming.
You needed a hero's sword to open it, and the kid was on the other side of the gate. Who let you through?
Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship.
Plus, it's interesting to see how differently their stories play out based on your choices.
I think the game does have a lot of charm. It's a charming game, but I just need that combat to be better. It's too shallow and basic, especially on your first playthrough where you mostly fight just one type of enemy and only have a couple of basic moves.
I disagree. I think there was a decent amount of depth. I mean, with each truth you unlock, you get access to a new tier of skills, and there's a variety of swords to swap between, each with different elemental buffs, like setting enemies on fire or healing. And they do throw in new enemy types and combat abilities with each new playthrough, so it does get more interesting.
I don't think it does. I think they really missed the sweet spot with that combat. For example, once I upgraded that ice sword, I could just insta-freeze and shatter whole groups of enemies, so fights were over before they even began.
Renato danced around the room yelling, oh yeah, that's how we do it.
There's just not enough challenge.
Well, I think maybe they're just aiming it towards a slightly younger audience.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I do really like the concept of this game. I think that's really cool. I just don't think they found the fun. It isn't fun enough. So I'm giving it 2.5.
I found it plenty fun, and I think it was a really interesting take on storytelling, so I'm giving it 3.5.
Maybe you should, I don't know, go to the mountains to have a think? See if maybe you're sure the stone is not all that healthy a thing to keep? I suppose you wanted, Renato said, and poked Lapino in the chest for emphasis. Oh, had he just killed Lapino? Oh, damn it.